What's up, guys? I want to talk about the death of Mac Miller. Uh, he's definitely somebody that I respect musically. He's been an influence to me musically a lot more than I kind of knew. Um, Dude was a talented musician, but it really hurts because I really didn't feel this way about anybody who died. Because I guess in my generation, like, this is the only person I was really close to. Like when X died, I was like, man, yo, that's really messed up. I still felt that way, but I wasn't necessarily a fan, so I didn't have that type of connection. But with Mac, it's different. I don't understand like when you're a fan of somebody how that can feel when they're gone. But man, it really does make me think. 'Cause I remember listening to his new album, and off his first song, he says something. He says a line. He says, "I'll do anything for a way out of my head." And I'm contemplating that, and what we often do as listeners and fans of music, especially when it comes to rap, we just listen to these deep lyrics, and it's like, oh, he's deep, you know, wow, he knows what he's saying. And it's like, these are real cries for help. These are real people who write real things, who have real pains. And what we can often do is brush it off like, yeah, he's looking for a way out of his head, and he'll be okay. And then here we are getting an RIP notice, and everybody and their mama saying RIP Mac Miller. You know what I'm saying? Or RIP XXX. So it's like, those are two different situations about how they died, but still, in Mac's specific situation, it makes me think like, what is my identity in? I realize like, if you're a fan of Mac Miller's music, you would listen to his music and hear how he talks a lot about death, suicide, drugs, and it's like those seem like normal rapper things to talk about. But in life, is that normal? You know what I'm saying? Is it normal to have these overbearing thoughts of death? And how do we handle hardships of life? Is it drugs? Like, I don't believe those are the answers. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I would challenge you, whoever's watching, to ask yourself, what do you hope in? Where is your hope? And when I say that, don't take that as like I said, nothing vague. It's not light. Like, look at what the word hope means. I wish I would prepare for this. This is just on the spot. But what do you really hope in? When life is hard, when life is terrible, when your mother dies, when your best friend dies, when when you get really sick, and when your life don't go the way you want it to, or when life is going okay, when you feel like life is going well, when you feel like you're doing good, or even if you're just figuring it out on a day-to-day basis, why do you live? Why do you want to wake up tomorrow? If the whole purpose of life is just to wake up and go to sleep, and whatever happens in the middle happens, that doesn't seem like much life at all. I mean, I'm pretty sure people who would debate me. I'm standing from a perspective of a follower of Jesus. I've been following Jesus since I was probably 13, and I'm 18 now, and it's been 5 years. And I'm not perfect. I don't have everything all the way down pat, but I'm learning. And the more I spend time with God alone, and the more time I spend around His people, the church, I grasp more and more the concept of love, on what true love is. You know what I'm saying? Love is much more than kiss, kiss, hug, hug. Love is much more than I'll give you a discount on my product. Love is sacrificial. We look at the definition of love. You look at Jesus. Man, that's God the Father sacrificing His own Son for a world who rejected Him. You know what I'm saying? Like a father, any good father who loves their child will jump in front of that bullet for their child. What God did is let His Son take that bullet for us, who spit in the face of the Creator. So it's like, man, that's love, and we all want to be loved, no matter who you are. You desire love. You can claim not, but you do. I would ask you to I would ask you to question what you believe love is. Do research. Who? Ask yourself who Jesus is. Ask yourself who Jesus is. Don't take my word for it. I know Jesus to be Savior. I know Jesus to be the King of Kings. I know Jesus to be a comforter. I know Jesus to be a healer. And like I said, I'm not perfect. I struggle day to day. And the scary part is, man, even as a follower of Jesus, I could be just like Mac. I could end up just like Mac. I could end up falling away from the promises of God and start resorting to things that I feel like will heal me in times of trouble. Sex, drugs, money, whatever it is that's not Jesus. It could be harmless things on the outside, like music. If I make music my idol, if I make music my God, it's ultimately gonna kill me. It's gonna kill me slowly because it doesn't satisfy. It's not God is a God of satisfaction. Is what we often miss. We think when we follow Jesus, it's just a set of rules, and He doesn't want us to live a joyous life. I saw a quote from Desiring God the other day. I wish I could quote it perfectly. I should really prepare for these videos, but it says something to the effect of, when you follow Jesus, Jesus does not intend you to live a life absent of happiness. But when you live in obedience to the Lord, it is actually joy to the fullest. I say that to say, we all just want to be loved. We all want joy. Nobody likes pain. But I mean, trouble don't last always. Even as a follower of Jesus, trouble don't last always. There will come a day when I die. There will come a day. There might come days where I'm dirt poor. There might come days where I get beat up and I'm crippled for the rest of my life. Whatever the case may be, trouble don't last always. I have hope. I have a future. I have hope. You know? So my question I pose to you viewers is, what do you have hope in? What do you have hope in?